I'm Christine, the anxious beginner. And that's Palais, our fearless captain. Together, we've bought a 45-foot sailboat, and we're ready for an adventure. We had some issues with the heater this morning, but we got it fixed, so we are gonna be on our way. Palai's scared of the wing, thinks it goes out too far, so we're gonna take real wide on the seaplane here. That's so funny. No wind, but a beautiful day for a motor. It's sunny and a balmy 8 degrees Celsius. Nice and toasty. That's what you have to worry about running into in the Pacific Northwest. We have all these tall trees and then they fall in the water and you have to make sure you don't hit them. We've seen probably like 20 or 30 big logs today that we're trying to avoid. So there's quite a few of them out here. Bye-bye, sun! Oh my gosh, the temperature is just plummeting as the sun goes behind that hill, the set for the night. Whew. We have about an hour left to our destination. We dropped the hook just in time for sunset. Can't wait to see what this little bay looks like in the daylight tomorrow. Bye, Secretary Islands. Thanks for letting us stay the night. Another log. Dun dun dun. And some more logs. All right, so currently in the middle of that pass there's about 4 knots of current. So of course it dwindles down as it gets to us, but it is enough that it is pushing us off course and we have to compensate with our steering. So you can see that we are steering straight towards that island in attempts to go straight down the middle of this channel to get to our destination for this evening. That's pretty cool. There is snow on that hillside. Oh, it's gonna be a cold winter. DeCourcy Anchorage is something that's really exciting to me because there's actually an anchorage called Pirates Cove, and I have wanted to go there ever since I found out it existed, and really just because it's called Pirates Cove. But we have too deep of a draft to get into Pirates Cove. However, DeCourcy is the anchorage that is just on the outside, and there's a trail that goes from DeCourcy into the bay so we can go to Pirates Bay. I'm excited to do some hiking and just check it out. I always think that it's really cool checking out different anchorages. Each anchorage has just something unique about it. So glassy.
We saw a piece of garbage here just floating in the water. Should extend that. Yay!
There's the anchorage. There's only room here for about 3 boats, but looks like we're gonna have the place to ourselves. Hiking to Pirates Cove. I'm so excited, you guys. I've wanted to come here for a long time, so. Pirates Cove. There's one spot right in the middle that's deep enough for us. Other than that, we are too deep of a draft to come into Pirates Cove.
Yeah, probably bigger strokes are better. There you go.
I did it! Giving your pet rock a hug?
It's alive. I can feel it move.
How do you feel it move? How's it?
Rocking.
It's rocking.
Yeah. That's when a rock moves.
Woo! I almost fell. We found a shell beach. Oh, I love shell beaches. So pretty. Alright, so coming to shore on this beach because there are so many logs here, we actually can't get into the beach, so we go up to this rock. It's high tide right now, but we have to dodge all these floating logs, and Pally doesn't have shoes on that are appropriate for it, so it'll be good. But basically, try not to land in the water, get off on the rock, and go to shore with all these floating logs banging. Basically, all of these logs are floating and just kind of obstructing, so we had to climb over these floating, moving logs to get over here to some rocks and shore. But we're gonna go on an awesome hiking adventure. I think this is high tide, so when we come back, it should be lower beneath where all these logs are. It should be a little bit more reasonable. All right, we're doing our morning hike around Corsi Island, and then we are going to head for Dodd Narrow. So basically, we are waiting for slack tide, which happens at 3:30 today, so we've got the day to spend doing some exploring, and then we are gonna hit slack tide and then on to Nanaimo. We will get into Nanaimo probably at like right after sunset, so it might be dark when we're getting in, but we have been there before. But there are a lot of boats and a lot of traffic to watch out for, so that's what's on our agenda for today. So enjoy!
Oh my gosh, look at all these arbutus berries. Is it like an arbutus masting year or something?
Holes in this rock. Really cool, don't fall in it. It's right in the path. This place is just filled with mushrooms. It is that season. I wish that I had the knowledge of what you could forage and what you can't, what you can eat, what you cannot. But I don't have that knowledge, so I'm not going to be picking any mushrooms and eating them today. But there are several varieties just growing everywhere. It's pretty impressive. This island has a dark past. It was the home to a cult ran by Edward Wilson, who went by the nickname Brother 12. His disciples donated money for the purchase of property and to create a compound. They became overworked and displeased. Eventually, some of them escaped the island and decided to take legal action to get their money back. In response, Wilson destroyed the compound and set sail with his boat with the gold. It is rumored that in his paranoia, Wilson buried gold on this island.
With real gold! There's real gold!
If it's treasure you're after, then you've come to the right place. Please feel free to leave a bit or take a bit. Take a bit and leave a bit? Yeah. So, I like it. Someone left a hair tie. You know, while that seems like, you know, I don't have much, but I do have a hair tie, but like, if I didn't have a hair tie, I would want to take that. closely.
So now we have to make a decision. We can go along the ridge, or we can go down the ridge. Okay, we've decided to take the Darkwoods Trail, but it might be more spooky. It is called Darkwoods.
Darkwood Trail.
Maybe it's the wrong time of day. We should actually be doing the Darkwoods Trail at night.
But we're gonna do it now.
Dun, 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 dun. So we're following the Darkwoods Trail along the top of the ridge, but we just realized the 1157 Trail is just below us.
We have the high ground.
Did we bring any spears? What if we get ambushed?
We better find some sticks. Sure, no.
No, but it's a park, we're not allowed to steal things.
Guess we better not encounter the trouble.
Okay, you walk in front of it. Our dinghy appears to have corralled itself in the logs. It might be challenging to extricate.
Free from the logs! Alright, we have a sail up and we're headed to Dodd Narrows. We are on schedule to be there, it looks, according to my Navionics, we'll be there at 3, which we'll be there a little bit early, which is better than late. We need to go through at slack tide, which is 3:30. Time we've got 3.3 knots-ish and some pretty steady winds, so I think we're gonna be there on time. The weather forecast for the next week and a half is overcast and cold. So 8 and 9 degrees Celsius during the day is the highs, and then around 0 at night. Kind of the gist of it. And overcast and rain. I'm glad we enjoyed yesterday, and we've got to continue enjoying what's left of today. Dodd Narrows. Almost there. So we went through the Narrows a little bit early, but we had less than a knot against us, but you could still see those just eddies and whirlpools just spinning around as we came through. It doesn't show up on camera as crazy as it looks, but here we are coming through Dodd Narrows and taking a look at the harbor of Nanaimo, where we'll be staying probably a week, maybe 2 weeks. While we get some access to internet and get some videos uploaded, then wait for a good weather window to cross the strait, the Salish Sea. We're gonna cross it again, going back the other direction. And because that we went through the Narrows a little bit early, we will hopefully make it to Nanaimo before it gets too dark. As we approached Nanaimo, there was a notable increase in traffic to be mindful of. I was glad to have a little daylight left to help us keep watch. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to join us on the next adventure, hit subscribe.